All right, boys, welcome to the channel. The fourth inning program is here for MLB 20, the show. Let's get right into this because I just want to see what's in the program, what I got to grind for to just get the bosses. More than likely, I'm just going to personally get Felix Hernandez. Pitching in this game is the most important thing, boys. It is. Hitting can come last, but pitching to me is the most important because that's what defines the game. You don't want to go into a slugfest with somebody and go back and forth. You just don't. That's something that I don't like to do. But let's get into this. So, for when you get 5 stars, you get the standard pack. Then for your 20th star, you get the gear up. Then you get this home run celebration at your 40th star. You get this universal icon for your profile. At 60 stars, you get an unlockable audio or chop slam bat. That's what it says right there. At 80 stars, then you get a set 10 headliners pack once you hit 100 stars, and another universal profile nameplate at 120 stars. When you get to 140 stars, it's gonna be a standard pack. And then this is what I wanted to get into. When you get to 150 stars, you hit the threshold for the 3 diamonds that you could pick out of. And now my thing that I have a problem with is these choices of diamonds. Now we all know that with MLB The Show, these secondary bosses within the program will get better as the season progresses. We know that. But as of right now, these bosses to me are not that big of a deal. There's something that they're bosses that more than likely I'll just get and sell because I won't find any use to put Ted Williams on my team, especially with Braun's defense. But more than likely, that's what people are going to be doing. They're just going to be selling these players. There's no need to have them on your team. They're really bad bosses. But these are the stats for the Ted Williams card. 99 contact against righty, 99 contact against righties, 76 contact against lefties. For righties, the power is going to be 68. Power for left-handed is going to be 83. Vision is going to be 93. Discipline 113. Clutch 106. To me, the best 3 stats on this one is going to be the vision, the discipline, and the clutch. Those are going to be the 3 things that stand out to me for this card. Personally, guys, I will not pick this card. That is just me. Let's go to the quirks. So he's a hitting machine. He rarely misses. 20/20 vision. He excels at walking, and he is a pressure cooker. He performs better when there's runners on base. Yeah, you can try playing with this card on let's say Hall of Fame difficulty. He probably won't do much for you. Let's go to Chris Archer. Chris Archer, his stamina is going to be 90. Hits per 9, 80. Ks per 9, 85. Balls per 9 is going to be 67. Listen, this card, to me, the only thing that stands out to me with this Chris Archer card, guys, is going to be his velocity and his break. And this game, break is very important, and his break is at 95. This is a decent card. This is a card that I will pick. This is just me. He has a 4-seam fastball at 96 miles an hour. A slider at 88 miles an hour, a changeup at 86 miles an hour, and a 2-seam fastball at 96 miles an hour. Now, not the greatest pitch selection in the world, but if you know how to mix the pitches up with Chris Archer, you should be fine. This is a card that I will go with personally. And he excels at limiting base hits, boys. He throws an extremely effective changeup. Untouchable, excels at striking hitters out, which is great. And he throws an effective breaking ball. Now listen, good card. This is the card of my choice, guys. Now we will go to Ryan Braun. He has contact for righties is going to be 75. 125 contact for lefties. Power 75 for righties. Power for lefties 114. Vision 58. Discipline is going to be 48. Clutch is going to be 88. Now listen, his fielding is trash. As you can see, it's a common fielding. I don't even want to get into the speed. I'm not going to get into his arm. I'm not going to get into his fielding. None of that. This card is obviously very good against left-handed pitching. very good. You guys can see that. But he's not very good against right-handers. He's fairly decent. What I would do is, if you were to get this card and you're just starting out, I would put this as a bench bat. I really wouldn't put him in the outfield just because of his defense. This is a card that you bring off the bench when you have runners on first and second and your opponent brings in a left-handed pitcher and he can't take out the left-handed pitcher because he just put him in the game. That's what this card will be used for. This card is not really all that great to me. Basically the same stats from last year. He is a hitting machine. He excels at hitting bombers, and he performs better when there's runners on base, guys. That's just simple as that. Overall, with these sub-bosses, they're trash. Like, this is something that they have to fix, because what they're doing is, and this is something that's getting me kind of upset with the show, because they're taking cards that we had last year on the market that we could get for free, and they're just adding it onto these programs, and that's not fair. Or what they're doing is they're becoming monthly award programs and things like that, and it's just not fair. Because at the end of the day, boys, when we play this game, we want new content. We don't want to keep going back and forth with the same cards. It's been the same cards for the same few years now on the show. And I just feel like the mix of them, including the minor leaguers, has been a fresh start. But if you're going to do some new cards, bring out like a Mariano Rivera. Even if you don't bring out his 99 overall card yet, they can bring in a 93, 94 Mariano Rivera overall. That'll be dope, to be honest. That'll be amazing. We're still waiting on an Ortiz card, which I'm waiting for. But let's continue with the video, all right? So at 160 stars, you get this, go crazy, folks, go crazy. You get that. And then you get 2 standard packs at 180. You get a Ballin' is a Habit pack at 200. You get a classic stadium of your choice, depending on what pops up for you on the screen. You either get Old Texas, Shabby Park. I'm not even going to get into these fields, guys, because I don't really care too much about the field. You then get a Diamond, Going, It's Gone. This is an audio, great. Then you get the bat at 260. The bat looks pretty nice. That's something I like. I like the bat designs in the game. And then at 280, you will get your 2 standard packs. And now we get to 300 stars. This is where you unlock your boss players. Wow. I would say that the most intriguing thing about this program to me is going to be Felix Hernandez. That's the card that I'm going to personally go with. Now, let's look at his stats. Everything on the board, I don't even have to read it for you guys. Everything looks good. Starting with the stamina to the hits per 9. Me and my boy were talking earlier when we saw this before I made this video. And he said this is going to be the new Kluber. I highly doubt anybody can be the new Kluber. I can't stand that card. But hopefully, with us being able to add Hernandez to the rotation, it'll be great. He has a 95-mile-an-hour sinker, a 96-mile-an-hour fastball, 81-mile-an-hour sweeping curve, a changeup that is 86 miles an hour, and a slider that is 89 miles an hour, guys. If you can mix in that sweeping curve with that changeup, it's dirty. It's over. Your opponent is not, he has no chance. This is the card for me just because I feel comfortable with the outfield that I have right now. So I don't really feel like bringing in Jacoby Ellsbury to my outfield will be anything good. I played with the card last year because I did the program for the Red Sox. But right now, this card looks amazing. The Ks per 9 are 91. The balls per 9 are going to be 84. Home runs per 9, 85. The clutch, 99. The control, 91. The velo is going to be 96. The break, oh my God, 96. Three points off of Kluber, because Kluber has 99 break. So you can just imagine how pissed off and frustrated the opponents are going to be when you get this card and you're throwing a sweeping curveball, and then you just add in the changeup. To me, I don't really use sliders in this game because those are home run pitches. But let's see what his quirks are going to be. He's a pressure cooker. He performs better when there are runners on base. He's untouchable, excels at striking out hitters. Pitches deep into games by losing energy at a low rate. That is one thing that I can tell you guys that I love about Corey Kluber in this game. Just that workhorse quirk. He doesn't lose energy. All right, let's continue. He excels at limiting walks. Great. He excels at limiting base hits. Yeah, this looks very similar to the Corey Kluber card. He's grounded, which means that he excels at limiting home runs. But guys, let me tell you something about that. If you leave that damn sinker in the strike zone and you put it down the middle of that ball, it's going to be crushed. So don't get too fooled by that. He's a sinker baller. Amazing. He's a knee buckler. He throws an extremely effective curveball or breaking ball, slider, whatever you want to say. The card just looks amazing. It completely does. He's an illusionist, which is a great quirk to have on this card. Just because you throw that 96-mile-an-hour fastball and you go in the zone with the 86-mile-an-hour changeup, guys, that thing looks like a fastball. People are gonna swing too early on that, especially if you know how to mix up your pitches, boys. So let's continue. We now have the signature series catcher, which is Joe Torre. A lot of people are looking to substitute Gary Sanchez. It's not just something that I want to do. I think Gary Sanchez is a good catcher for me right now until we get somebody better. But let's look at his stats. Wow. Joe Torre is going to have 112 contact for righties, 116 contact for lefties. Powers for righties is going to be 85. He's going to have powers for lefty, which is going to be 80. His vision is going to be 106. His discipline is going to be 98. His clutch is going to be 117. The bunting doesn't really matter. The durability is going to be 99. 82 fielding, 82 arm. Accuracy is going to be 84. Wow. This card looks amazing. But it's just like I said, I'm not looking for a catcher. I'm really not. This Joe Torre card looks great. From his blocking, which right now in the show is very important because I do notice that there are a lot of pass balls. A lot. So if you are looking for a catcher, in my opinion right now, besides Buster Posey, this is probably going to be the second best catcher in the game. And it is going to be a good thing for you guys to get and add to your lineup. He is great. Like I said before, I don't really need any more hitting. You guys can also, if you do pick this card, have the option of putting him at first base or third base. But I know that pretty soon, when the next inning program comes, hopefully it'll be Frank Thomas, David Ortiz. You can just put those guys at first base. And I already have Chipper Jones right now. So Chipper is playing third base or left field. It just depends on how I do want to set my lineup up. But this card does not have any flaws, guys. If you guys are looking for a catcher or you guys need to fill in first base or third base, Joe Torre is a good option for you guys. Not really a fan of his batting stance. I don't know if they did change it this year. But last year I just couldn't hit with the guy. So that's another thing that just didn't please me with this card, all right? So now we get into his quirks, which is going to be he is a hitting machine. He's great because he excels at getting walks. He hits a lot of home runs. He's a bomber. He's a vacuum. He excels at blocking pitches in the dirt. Just like I told you guys, that's a very good quirk to have in this game just because of the blocking situations. I like to throw a lot of pitches in the dirt. I don't know how you guys like to do it. So having that good catcher with that great defensive presence there is just great. He rarely swings and misses. He's 20/20 vision. He has a sniper throwing arm. The dude lights out with that arm. Great. I still feel like the best catcher in the game is going to be Buster Posey. Now, he is a pressure cooker. He has a pressure cooker quirk, which means that he performs better when there are runners on base. And he avoids injuries. He's unbreakable. Overall, guys, this card I see going in the market for 60,000 stubs within a few weeks. I would say give it 2 weeks at most. And this card should be on the market for 60,000. But just be patient with the cards. Like I told people before, what's going to end up happening now is that the market is going to go through inflation just because the MLB season is about to start. Prices of the cards are about to get jacked. So if you guys need to get anything for your collections, you might as well get it now. but I will tell you that these bosses are not going to go up that high. So let's get to the next one. Prime Jacoby Ellsbury, overall 96. Very similar to last year. He has contact for righties of 109. Lefty contact is going to be 91. Righty power is going to be 90. Lefty power is going to be 67. His vision is 96, which is great. Discipline is going to be 64. That's something that right now, not for me. His clutch is going to be 103, guys. I don't really care about the bunting, but his bunting is actually very good. 79 bunting, and for the drag bunting, it's going to be 72. His durability is going to be 82. Now let's get to the fielding. His fielding is 91, which is something that's very confusing because it says silver on my screen. So I don't know if you guys got mixed up with something. Now, one thing that does play into that silver defensive category is going to be that arm. 52 arm is just not that great. But let me tell you something. In this game, everybody has a damn arm. You put anybody out in that outfield and you're running, everybody has a cannon. It doesn't matter who it is. So I don't really pay attention to the arm too much in this game. His accuracy is 60. It's not too bad. And his reaction time, which is great, is going to be 95. What I do say is going to substitute for that silver fielding is going to be his speed. Because you can get to balls. He has 96 speed, 96 steal. Wow, this guy is, when it comes to the speed and the stealing and the contact and the power for righties, amazing card. Base running aggressiveness is 96 as well. It's great. It's great. He's a great card. But like I told you guys before, my outfield right now is stacked. I don't need anybody in my outfield. I don't have the best cards in the world, but when I say stacked, I mean that for me, my mindset, it's good. I have Ketel Marte, I have Reggie Jackson, and right now currently Chipper Jones in the outfield. Yes, they're not the best guys to have, but I don't have a Mike Trout, I don't have a Mickey Mantle, so I can't complain. I just can wait to unlock those guys, and once I do unlock them, great. But for right now, if you guys are lacking in the speed category and in the outfielding category, I would go with Jacoby Ellsbury. He is a very good card, and you know that once you guys prestige all these cards, each category goes up by 3, so that's great. That's what I would say, in my opinion, if that's what you guys really want to do. So this will conclude this part of the video, but now we're going to go to what you get at 350 stars, which is going to be 2,000 stubs. You go to 400 stars, you're going to get 5 the show packs, which is great. Then when you get to 450, you're going to get the Chop Stadium Sound. Cool. At 500, you're going to get a Ballin' is a Habit pack, guaranteed gold player or better. At 550 stars, 3,000 stubs. And then at 600, you're able to get a semifinals player choice, which means it's either going to be Lucas Giolito, which you guys already know, Jeff McNeil, Ian Happ. Personally, if you guys are going to get this far with the stars, I would go with Lucas Giolito. He's an amazing card. He throws in an effective changeup. I cannot tell you how many times I fooled my opponents with that circle change. Great card overall. If you guys are looking for a second baseman or basically a utility guy, you can go with Jeff McNeil. That's what I would do if that's the category that you are working in, right? If not, if you need a center fielder, you could go with Ian Happ. What I tell people about Ian Happ is that Ian Happ does make a lot of errors, guys. A lot. I have very bad experiences with him. If I would have recorded before I got on YouTube, I would have showed you how much he sucks in the outfield. What I would tell you guys to do is put him in right field. The dude doesn't have that bad of an arm at 66. But if you are looking for a switch hitter that can do damage, it's Ian Happ. Just not a good fielder in my opinion. Right? At star 650, boys, you are going to get 2,000 stubs and a set 20 headliners pack. At 700, you are also going to get a Ballin' is a Habit pack with 2,000 stubs. At 750, you're going to get 5 standard packs, 2,000 stubs. 800, 10 packs. 850, 10 packs. And when you get to 900 stars, you get 20 packs. Now, let me tell you something, guys. This is a very good way to pull your cards. I wouldn't really strive too much to get the bosses if it's not Felix Hernandez, but I would strive to get to the 600 star mark and forward, just because you're going to make a lot of stubs. A lot. Let me see something, boys, because I believe Lucas Giolito, let's see how much that card is worth. If you guys can actually get him when you get to that 600 star mark, 650 star mark, that'll be great for you guys. All right, so we're going to go to the White Sox. Lucas Giolito, 30,000 stubs, guys. Same thing with McNeil and Happ. If you guys work for it, grind for it, you guys should get it. Believe me that I'm telling you. Listen, I do appreciate you guys watching this video today. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. This is your boy Lou. Peace.